What's good, YouTube, Spotify, Twitch? Welcome to the Overtime Podcast, where we have kind of a lot to talk about today. CDL wise, I'm gonna get started right away because, like I said, we got a lot to talk about. CDL wise, Phase One, the tournament. I was debating on doing power rankings after that, but I figured it would be kind of dumb if I did because it's literally just an online tournament. Listen, I'm all about gaming and stuff, but these online tournaments need to go. I think that's the worst fucking thing they could do because someone's internet might be better than the other. You get it. You understand. You game, I game. We all understand how the fucking ping works on Call of Duty. It's dog shit. So, Phase 1, Optic came in third, fourth. Unofficial rankings because, like I said, it was just I think it was just to get their foot in the door to figure out some technical issues they were gonna have. So, Phase 1, I think Carolina Royal Ravens, they came in second. So, congratulations to the teams. That was big for the CDL points. Surprisingly, the Thieves didn't do so hot. Nadeshot kind of flipped out, which understandably so. I mean, he spent his own money, not Thieves' money, to get some of these players. So when you make an investment like that and then they're okay with losing, I can understand the flip out. I mean, this would be real. If I invested in Alex to go pro in Disney Dreamlight and then she fucking loses a tournament or some shit, I'd be a little tight. I'd be a little tight. It's not that I don't think it's that they lost. I think it was just because they kind of, when they lost, it was like, eh. It was like, you can't be eh when you lose. You gotta be pissed.
You have to be like, no, we got to do better.
Because, like Nate says, I put all this money into a team that should be winning every tournament. And again, investing your own money and not the company's money.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, that's big. So, that's all I got for the CDL. Congratulations, FaZe, and everybody. But yeah, let's get talking about some fucking football now. We got some big news. Big news. This playoff weekend. I'm standing at work, literally watching the games, laughing my ass off, loving every moment of the Steelers' loss. Just saying, I was enjoying that. I was okay though. The Steelers won because
I would have been okay with it too.
The whole Lamar bullshit. I'm so fucking tired of hearing about him. But the fucking all right, let's just get started with it. What game do you want to talk about?
Let me bring my notes up again. We'll just do them in the order in which I have them. First game was Chargers at Texans. Whoo!
I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna get down to the nitty gritty with the quarterback situation there. But I will wait for that after. Sorry, fucking dogs just won't leave each other alone. Yeah, I'll get down to the nitty gritty with the quarterback situation in the Chargers era. But again, I'll save that till after we're done talking about all the games. So the Chargers and fucking Texans.
That was wild.
Herbert, you can't throw 4 interceptions in a playoff game.
He threw more. He threw more interceptions that game than he has all season.
And that's the problem right there. I mean, there's, to me, as a mindset, when I was, again, this is no comparison to the NFL by all means, but when we was going into the playoffs in high school, you don't treat it just as a regular season game, but you kind of got to act like it's a regular season game. if that makes sense. You know it's a bigger game than a regular season, but you got to go in there with the mindset it's just another game.
Yeah.
You know, instead of week 18 and then it's wild card, it's week 19. It's week 19. I still need to win.
You have to you can't be too pressured. You have to have a little bit of pressure because it's playoffs, I feel like, but you can't have too much pressure. Like, you can't go in there thinking, "Oh my god, it's playoffs." No, you have to just be like, "All right, yeah, it's a playoff game." But
Yeah,
it's just
that's what I'm
another
saying.
game.
You got to go in there thinking it's just week 19, not
Yeah.
wild card. It's week 19. Get it done. You know, because a lot of people handle pressure differently. I
Yeah.
mean, clearly. I think I do better under pressure most of the time. But that comes with, you know, what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was torn because I liked both teams. I obviously still have Houston winning the Super Bowl, which I would be fucking fantastic if they did.
I would scream.
The only problem I see there is CJ Stroud needs to step it up.
Yeah, okay.
I said it last year. I said it this year. I'm going to believe in CJ Stroud until he gives me a reason not to. We're starting down that hill because
Okay.
like CJ is good, but you can't. If Herbie doesn't throw 4 interceptions, I think this game goes completely different.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh,
not.
yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the defense, Houston's Texans defense won this game because they turned the ball over 4 times.
Yeah.
So I mean, you want a takeaway battle, but you need to score more points. I mean, with 4 takeaways and you only scored 32 points. Listen, that's okay. But now you go against a team like the Ravens or Kansas City, you take away 4 times and you only score 32 points, you might have a problem.
Yeah.
You might have a problem. And let me just pull his stats up real quick. He was 23 of 33, 282 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception, 3 sacks for 21 yards. Mixon being a playoff, he was in the playoffs before. He's played for Bengals, so Mixon being the veteran that he is, I'm glad that he was able to kind of step up and let everyone know, hey, you know, we're doing our job. We just need to do a little better. I don't want to say he carried the team, but he did what he needed to. But we need to get some more. They need to get some more fucking receivers out there on the field. Speaking of receivers, they actually cut Deontay Johnson because he's an idiot. They picked him up off the Ravens, and then he said some shit, and they just cut him.
Oh, well. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right?
And that's another problem they're gonna have is they have one good fucking wide receiver. They got Nico Collins. He was 7 receptions for 122 yards. And man, they just need, I don't know, man. It'd be nice if they could pick up another wide receiver. Because Collins and Schultz can't do it all. Schultz is their tight end. But I think the other issue that the Chargers had was there's no run game. 26 yards on the ground for J.K. Dobbins. That's not going to cut it. You look at these great teams, you look at how good they're playing. They can run the ball and they can pass the ball. If you're able to run the ball, you're able to pass the ball. Plain and simple.
Well, I have 2 comments on this, at least on this game. First of all, apparently I had more faith in CJ Stroud than you did because you picked the Chargers winning that one.
I picked it because Jim Harbaugh.
And that's fair. I think that was a fair.
D'Amico Ryans is a good coach, but he's more of a defensive coach.
Okay.
And again, defense wins games. I get it. I understand that. But Jim Harbaugh, look at what he's done to every team he's ever been on.
Oh yeah, you'd be dumb not to acknowledge what he's done.
I'd say watch out next year. Jim Harbaugh's coming out with some fire.
And then here's my second comment. Last year after the Super Bowl, I almost put money on the Chargers winning. Man, that would have been. Whew, I would have been only out $5, but I wouldn't have even missed it. I wouldn't have even remembered I did it. But
Yeah, and they were plus like a lot too.
They were. Yeah. Well, I don't think I did that. I don't think I bet any money on that.
I think you
No,
did.
no, I didn't. I debated it then. I remember asking you, who do you think I should who do you think I should bet money on to win the Super Bowl next year? And you were looking and you were like, the Chargers would probably be your best bet. But that's all right.
Yeah, you just bet too soon for shit. That's why you wait till the beginning of the season.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
Because you don't know. Like I would have said Texans if I would have known they were getting Stephon Diggs, but then Stephon Diggs got hurt midseason. So
Yeah.
which I still picked the Houston Texans to win the Super Bowl. It's just I don't think they're gonna go past the Ravens or Kansas City. I don't even know if they're gonna go. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say nothing. I say the Bills is gonna would have gave them a good run for their money too.
Yeah, I would say you're right.
Besides the regular season game they had. As of right now, I don't mind any team in the playoffs except for Kansas City.
That's fair. I can't argue with that.
Fuck Kansas City.
All right, are we ready to talk about the next one?
Yep.
Next one was good old Steelers at Ravens, or was it Ravens at Steelers?
It was Steelers or Ravens.
Okay.
The MVP chats need to just quit. I mean, Derrick Henry ran all over that defense. And I know people's going to say, well, that was help of Lamar Jackson. Where was it all these other years? I mean, you didn't have an all-star running back. Literally, Derrick Henry's an all-star running back. He's an all-pro. He's going to go in the Hall of Fame as one of the greatest running backs of all time. I don't know. When you put someone like him in the backfield, everyone's scared of him. Two reasons why. One, when he's in the open field, he is fucking quick. And two, he's what I call a bulldozer. Everyone heard me call these guys bulls before. A bull is when they can run your fucking ass over, but still have enough speed that you're not going to catch them. And Derrick Henry's that guy. So, Derrick Henry just fucking... I know Lamar did good. I'm not going to knock Lamar in this game, but... I mean, when they're talking quarterback stats, you can't sit there and say that this was a legendary game from Lamar Jackson. I've heard that. I heard it come out of somebody's mouth. It was a legendary game from Lamar Jackson. 175 yards passing. 175 yards. That's legendary. 175. Like, I'm pretty sure Herbie threw for 200 yards. That's legendary then. 4 interceptions, though. I mean, that's probably not legendary, but 200 yards? 200 yards passing?
Right. Whether it was to his team or the other team.
Well, I mean, to be fair, then technically, Russell Wilson had an even more legendary game because he had 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Huh. Well,
you can't say Lamar had a legendary quarterback, stat.
Right.
I mean, he's just a running back that can throw the ball. I mean, he had 81 yards rushing. Hell, he had over half his yards in rushing.
Right.
That he did in passing. So, and I'm not saying, again, I'm not knocking Lamar, but just don't say it was a legendary quarterbacking from Lamar Jackson. Yes, I did watch the game. Yes, I understand how he plays the game. But 175 yards passing is not
Maybe in perspective, maybe that was legendary for Lamar Jackson.
Well, I know he can
I know.
put up yardage, but the thing is, if you're gonna cement him as a legendary quarterback, he's got to put up a little bit more passing yards because the minute they stop the run, if he can't pass that ball, guess what? Is he legendary still?
Right.
Now, that was a case a couple years ago where that's all he could do was run the ball and he couldn't pass. And I understood that. This year, I think it's a little different. I am going to say, I think maybe the Ravens has a better chance to make it to the Super Bowl this year.
Okay.
All I know is the next game they have, it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be an excellent one. People keep saying cinema, cinema. So speaking of the Bills, next game was Broncos at Bills.
First half had me, not gonna lie.
It was one of those. They had me in the first half. And then Ty Johnson.
With a fourth down, yeah.
That was crazy.
I think it was a third down or a fourth. It might have been fourth down.
It's so funny. Ty Johnson is always where he needs to be. Like,
well, if you want to talk about an MVP status right there, Josh Allen made an MVP play. Rolled out, got out of the pressure. I think it was fourth down.
I'm pretty sure.
Throws it to the back of the end zone. I mean, 4th and 1, and you're going 30, 40 yards down the field. I mean, wow. I don't think it was quite that far, but
yeah, but still, I mean,
I think it was about 30 though. No, he only had 26 yards. So it was probably might have been 26-yard pass.
well,
24 right there. 24 yards for the connection.
well, I'm going to stick by and this is just my opinion, being traded. I don't know if he was traded or if he just got signed. But going to the Bills was the best thing, I think, to happen to Ty Johnson.
I would say.
I think that it's so far in his career. I don't want to say it's going to be the best thing that ever happens, but so far it is the best thing.
And it'd be nice for him to bring home a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, I know. It sucks because I want the Bills to win because I want to see Josh Allen win a Super Bowl ring, but I would really like to see Ty Johnson have one too. But then I want the Lions to win the Super Bowl because I think that would be a really good redemption story.
I do too, and I mean, I'd be okay with the Bills winning just because a local then would have a Super Bowl ring.
That's what yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
That would be cool.
But I'm okay with the Lions winning too.
Same. Next one was Packers at Eagles. We both picked the Packers on that one.
That's just because I don't want the Eagles to win.
Same.
Some out of the blue news, a fan that heckled another fan is kicked out of all Eagles games and got fired from his job.
Oh, I didn't know he got fired. I knew that his job was made aware of what was going on and they released a statement, but I didn't know he got fired.
Yep, fired him from his job.
Yikes.
But yeah, I'm again gonna be talking about the quarterback situation in the Packers.
I don't even know who the freaking I couldn't name one quarterback from that game at all. Like, I can at least name quarterbacks from the rest of the games.
You know, Jalen Hurts.
Oh.
From the Eagles. You should know him. He does a tush push.
Yeah, I mean, I know the name. I just couldn't remember what team he was on.
You're so bad at football.
I know.
Well, the way the fucking Eagles offense is, I say it's going to be hard to stop them. They're getting a little scary. You got Barkley back there. You got the number one offensive line. I see them doing some damage. That's really all I gotta say about that.
I would
Because
say
again,
that really
I
wasn't
got I got quarterback talk after the end of this section, so segment.
The next game was. Hold on, I have to pull my notes up. Commanders at Bucks. And I must have had a lot more faith in Jaden Daniels than you did because I picked the Commanders and you picked Mayfield.
I had to go with Baker
Which
Mayfield.
was again, which was a good like. I don't blame you for that.
So you did write our picks down.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure you keep the record this time. Yeah, no, I saw wow. Unbelievable play from Commanders. I mean,
Yeah, agreed.
I was at work when this game was going on. No, I wasn't at work. The hell was I doing?
I don't remember.
We probably fell asleep because we were tired.
We probably did. You're probably right.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels, 268 yards, 2 touchdowns. Baker Mayfield, 2 touchdowns, 185 yards. He only threw 18 attempts, though. I mean, so Washington did what they needed, and I think most of it was the defense. I mean, Mike Evans had a good game. Kind of feel bad for the Bucks not continuing on. I would like to see Mayfield get a Super Bowl ring, but
I don't disagree.
I think it was a damn good game. I did watch highlights. So you just gotta watch out for the Commanders in the fourth quarter. That's it.
Yeah. Last game was Vikings at Rams, and we both had the Vikings winning.
I loved every second, except for fuck. I'm not a big Rams fan either, obviously, because they're in our division. But to watch the Vikings just fucking.
I know they started out the season so strong, and they get eliminated the wild card round. Like, that's pretty bad.
And this is just gonna further push the agenda of changing the playoff seedings around it. I don't really agree with it. Again, there's no point of winning your division if we're just going to do off of winning percentages. Give the home field advantage to the people who fight in their division. Yeah, but it could be a shitty division. Who gives a fuck? It's the reason we have divisions. So I get to see them complaining that the Vikings they lost because they were on the road. Well, play better.
I mean, to be fair, the Rams were kind of on the road too.
Yeah.
Technically.
But I mean, to be fair, the Vikings are 6-2 away if you look at their record.
Well, that's pretty good for an away. I will say this, it was awfully nice of the Cardinals to do what they did for the Rams.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. They did a lot.
Did you watch I think you did because I think you're the one that put it on the video of the of them redoing the stadium. Well, the turf or whatever, painting it up so the Rams felt at home. And was it the NFL that sent out to get all the families, or was that the Cardinals that did that?
I think the Cardinals did it.
I thought the Cardinals were the ones that sent planes out to get all the families too, but I'm like, maybe I heard that wrong. Yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there. That was awfully nice of them.
Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Well, now hold on. I want to go over what our record is so far for the playoffs.
You say, did you fucking have an aneurysm mid-sentence there? I want to go over, and then I was like, what are we waiting on?
Yeah, I did actually. You were 2-4, and I was 3-3. Woohoo!
Congratulations.
Congratulations. How does it feel to only have 2 more weeks of playoff football?
long as Kansas City loses, I don't care. Now, can we talk about the elephant in the room?
Yeah. Ethan's been here the whole time.
So, we're going to get down to the nitty gritty of quarterback comparison.
Oh, God.
So, first off, everyone sits here and says, Brock Purdy sucks, Brock Purdy this, Brock Purdy so bad, Brock Purdy shouldn't get paid, Brock Purdy that. Listen. First off, he's 4-2 in the playoffs. Okay? Jordan Love, let me pull my stat up so I'm not wrong. Jordan Love is 1-2 in the playoffs. And I'm pretty sure Justin Herbert, which I didn't check his stats, I'm pretty sure he's 0-2 in the playoffs.
Yikes.
Both them quarterbacks threw over 3 interceptions this week.
And Brock Purdy threw none.
Yeah, when someone said, well, how did Brock Purdy do? How did Brock Purdy do? Oh, that's right, he didn't play this week. I commented. I'm usually not one of the people that comment on social media like that, but I commented. I said Brock Purdy played better from the couch than Love did on the field. Jordan Love threw for 212 yards, no problem. 0 touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
Oh, that's bad.
And he is one of the top paying
Quarterbacks.
You're paying $55 million a year for this guy, and he does that.
They can pay me $55 million a year. I don't know what I'm doing, but.
And the reason I brought that up is because we went over some of the regular season stats. Okay, here's Brock Purdy's: 3,864 yards, 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and a 67.9 QBR. It's not Josh Allen stats.
So.
But you can't expect this guy to be elite within 3 years of playing.
So what? Okay. Only because I don't know almost nothing about football there. I had another stroke, but what? Okay, the quarterback rating. Is there a max for that, or?
I mean, not really.
So what? I figure what determines that is your touchdowns, your.
Yeah, your touchdown to interception ratio, your yardage, your completion percentage. I mean, it's a lot of factors into that.
So what? Like what's an average and what's an above average?
So obviously, you would want to keep it about 100.
Yeah, I mean, I saw. Didn't Josh Allen just hit 100 or something? Because people were like, "Oh my God, yeah, see, he should be MVP or something like that."
I mean, yes and no. It's averaging throughout the year.
Okay.
His rating. Okay, we're in the postseason. I don't want the postseason. Let's put it this way: an average rating is like 90.
Okay, so 100 is above average, but okay.
But you got to, and that's yearly. I'm going off of yearly. I'm not going off of, because here's some of the ratings. I'm just gonna go down the list. Okay. I'm actually gonna do the top 10.
Okay.
We have 108.5, 111.8, 106.8, 93.2. Now this is just rating. This isn't quarterback rating.
Oh, okay.
Which is I rather go off the actual rating. Because it goes off of more passing stats. What was I at? 93.2, 102.5, 119.6, 93.5, 90.5, 101.7. That's really good. For who that was. And 96.1.
So who were the top 3 there? Who were they?
Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield.
Oh, okay.
Now, with all that I just said, I'm going to go through the 90s. Because Brock Purdy has a 90. I'm going to give you a hint. We have a 93.2, a 93.5, a 90.5, 96.1, and a 93.5.
Was he a 96?
Or 90, yeah. Sorry, not the 93. We're not doing 93. That's 11. Out of all those quarterbacks, do you think Brock Purdy's in the top 10? Out of all the ratings I just gave,
I mean, I want to say yes.
he's 10th.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he
Now-
is a top 10. Okay.
Now, with that being said, I'm now going to go through the QBR rating.
Okay.
Okay, so it's an adjusted rating. 74.7, 68.5, 61.7, 54, 60.7, 77.2, 67.7, 48.2, 65 even, and 68.1.
Okay.
So obviously, you know, Brock Purdy's last. That's why I just told you he's 10th.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the actual ratings, because again, I like the passer ratings more than the adjusted one. We have a 93.5 with a 67.7 QBR. Who do you think? Could you guess anybody in the league who that could be? Now I know you're not good on football quarterbacks, so I'm just.
Hold on. What was the rating?
The rating is 93.5.
And this is a quarterback, right?
This is a quarterback. His QBR is 67.7. This quarterback is lower than Brock Purdy's rating.
Okay. So my first thought, my first gut instinct is to say Lamar Jackson.
No, actually, Lamar's stats are better than him.
Oh God. 90? You said a 97?
97 QBR.
I'm thinking of all the quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins? No.
No, he's not even in the top 10. Like I said, the rating to me, I like the rating better than I do the.
Is it? I can't think of his damn name from the Vikings.
It is not Sam Darnold.
Josh Allen?
Nope.
Russell Wilson?
Nope.
Who did you say the top three were? I just want to. It was Burrow.
It was Burrow, Goff, and
Goff. Okay. Mayfield.
Yeah, and they're sorted by yards usually. That's how the passing. They go by yardage. So Joe Burrow leads.
Is it a quarterback that is on a team I like?
No.
Oh God! Is it Patrick Mahomes?
It is Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, okay.
So again, his rating is a 93.5. Brock Purdy's 96.1.
Oh.
He has 3,928 yards. Brock Purdy has 3,864. Brock Purdy has one less game played. He has less attempts, obviously. His average per throw is 8.5. Patrick Mahomes is 6.8. So, yeah. Longest thrown from Patrick was 54. Brock Purdy, 76. 26 touchdowns for Patrick Mahomes and 11 touchdowns. And then you look down here at fucking Brock Purdy, he has 20 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. So there's not too much of a difference.
Yeah.
And I get tired of hearing about the touchdown stats because first off, we went from first in the fucking league last year in red zone to last. I don't think that had nothing to do with CMC. I think that had everything to do with the play calling and the play schemes and how we called the plays during the red zone. Because I watched us throw, and I know we couldn't run the ball that great, but why are we throwing 3 downs in a row?
Right.
Like, when you're solely dependent on the pass, you're not going to make it all the time. So, like I said, there's a lot of quarterbacks in here with. I just don't understand how you don't pay Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
I mean, Jalen Hurts has only 2,900 yards. I mean, he has a 65.5 rating, but QBR, and then 103.7 rating. But I don't know, man. I just don't get it. I don't get it. You're gonna sit there. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna bitch about Brock Purdy not being that good, but then you see Jordan Love throw 3 interceptions, and then you see Sam Darnold just. You can't blame Sam Darnold for the Vikings loss. You can't just blame Sam Darnold.
Right.
There's a lot more in that than fucking Sam
Just
Darnold.
him, yeah.
But then Herbert throws 4 interceptions. And everyone's like, well, I'd still take Herbert over. Okay, go ahead. Take Herbert. You want Herbert over fucking Brock Purdy? Brock Purdy got you to the Super Bowl. And he probably would have got you to the Super Bowl against the fucking Eagles. And I know they want to sit there and say, that should have been an excuse. Injury shouldn't be an excuse. You know what? When your star quarterback goes out, yeah, that's an excuse. Because when I seen Kenny Pickett come in there and lose the fucking game, and the Eagles bitch, Jalen Hurts got hurt. Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry, a couple years ago you just told me that shouldn't be an excuse.
Yeah.
So I don't feel fucking sorry for when Kenny Pickett has to come in there and throws the fucking game for you.
Yeah.
Okay? Like the Packers. They sit there and say, oh, we had injuries. That's why we lost the playoff. Not the 3 interceptions? Not the 3 interceptions from your star quarterback?
Yeah.
You played Christian Watson in the last game of the season. He got hurt on a non-contact injury.
Yeah.
And then when you beat the 49ers, who had literally 16 people in IR, you sat there and said, oh, injury shouldn't be an excuse. Motherfucker, then you should have won that game. Okay, if you're going to call people out, I'm going to look right at the camera for this. If you're going to call people out for their fucking injury list, win the fucking game. You shouldn't be sitting here and saying, oh, injury shouldn't be an excuse. Okay, if the Lions lose, I'm just going to throw this out there. If the Lions lose, it's because their defense is destroyed. When a team, when people say that injury shouldn't be an excuse to look at the Lions, yeah, let's look at the Lions. They have 1 star running back out on the fucking offense. Their entire defense is out. That's completely different. They still have Amon-Ra St. Brown. They still have Sam Laporta. They still have Jared Goff. They still have Jahmyr Gibbs. They still have an offensive line. They still have who the fuck's that other Williams. I mean, they still have 6 stars on their fucking offense. The 49ers didn't. They had a broken line. They had Trent Williams, who was fucking playing injured. They had Ayuk out for the season. Kittle was on and off the field. Debo was on and off the field. They had no Christian McCaffrey. Jordan Mason got hurt. Like, man, shut the fuck up. Okay? When you have 14 players out on IR and they're on both sides of the ball, like, that's a lot of injuries.
That is.
So I just get so fucking tired of hearing that. And again, I like the Packers. Jack, if you ever watch this, if you ever hear this, I still like the Packers. But when your Packers are going to talk about Injuries shouldn't have mattered. You should have won that fucking game. Plain and simple. Don't say mid-season that injuries doesn't matter during the game, and then go on and lose the playoff in the first round.
Here's what all the coaches need to do, guys.
Oh boy.
Coaches need to take all their players and gather them up, have a nice stern talking, and just say, guys, you need to know your angles.
You need to know your angles.
Oh my god.
And that's my hot take on football.
Thank you for your contribution. And don't be like them.
Well, I mean, in just hindsight, though, let me just say that. Do you think? I'm gonna ask you a question for once, Alex.
Oh boy.
Do you think the Commanders would have beat Tampa Bay without Jaden Daniels?
Probably not.
That's what I'm saying. When your star quarterback is out.
It shifts. I think it shifts the dynamic a little bit.
Oh, what? See, now here's what really fucks with you. Okay, let's say he was ruled out for the beginning of the game. Like, they knew that he was out. Let's say, like, he had a concussion or something. They're like, oh, yeah, he's not going to be playing
He's not going to be playing, right.
So you go in there with your backup. Okay, you have more of a chance of that happening. Your backup, holy shit. Your backup winning, right? You have more of a chance of your backup starting that season or starting that week with practice. Because what happens is when you start practice on a Monday, you're then running through reps with the starting wide receivers.
Yeah.
You get your time. You try to get your timing down before the game, okay? If Jaden Daniels goes down mid-game, they're done.
That's what I'm saying. Like, mid-game, it shifts the dynamic a little bit because, I mean, you know, I don't blame anyone for the dynamic shifting. It's a whole new person. I mean...
And then that's what I'm saying. So when people sit there and bitch and say, oh, injury shouldn't be an excuse, then I don't want to hear it when a backup quarterback comes in for the Eagles and loses the game.
Right.
I don't want to hear about it when your star wide receiver is out for the game and you sit there and say, oh, well, our injuries really damaged us. The 3 interceptions that you threw didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stick to Herbert's side, Justin Herbert. I think, personally, Justin Herbert probably needs a little bit more money than Jordan Love. I wouldn't choose Herbert over Brock Purdy because Brock Purdy is, I think, my franchise quarterback. I like how he plays, what he does. It's not just a scheme. But the reason I want to put Herbert on such a higher level is he has no wide receivers. He has no one to actually throw to.
Right.
He has that one rookie wide receiver that came out this year, McConkey. I think his name is number 15.
Okay.
He's actually pretty good, but he's still a rookie. You know, he's still got a lot to
Right.
learn. I mean, he's not thrown to someone like Ayuk or Debo.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't. I don't even want to say Debo this year because he had so many drop passes. But he's not thrown to a Justin Jefferson. He don't have a Justin Jefferson on his team. He don't
Right.
have all these star wide receivers. He just has. I couldn't tell you. McConkey's the only fucking receiver I can tell you about. If I'm gonna be honest. McConkey's the only one I can tell you about because he's fast and he's a rookie, and I know of him.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But yeah, that's what I gotta say about the fucking quarterback situation. I think it's fucked up that people want to sit there and say that, you know, he shouldn't fucking have Quentin Johnson, but I don't. He's Brendan Rice. He's on IR too. That would be Jerry Rice's son.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what he
Jerry
actually.
eats rice. I love that commercial.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I just when you sit there and say that he doesn't need paid, and then you see all the stats from all these big star quarterbacks. Dak Prescott, highest paid quarterback, didn't even make the fucking playoffs. Yeah, he got injured, but like, you started off really shitty, dude.
Yeah.
You could have gave your team a chance before you got injured.
Yeah.
That's the biggest catch right here. You could start your team off hot. You're the highest paid quarterback. You should have. Highest paid quarterback and one of the highest paid wide receivers, and you guys couldn't do shit.
Right.
So, in this episode of Overtime Podcast, fuck them boys. We didn't say it last week. I gotta say it.
We them boys.
Oh wait.
I want to be a cowboy.
I want to be a cowboy, baby.
Hell yeah.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
I always forget to do that.
But yeah,
All right.
sorry. I had to go on a rant about Brock Purdy not getting paid. I think he deserves, I'd say 55, 60 million a year.
Hey, it's not my money.
But I'm still okay with him only taking like 40 or 45 because
Yeah, it's still an
He-
improvement.
well, no, he's the type of player that he wants talent around him too.
Kinda
He
like
understands
a
the sacrifices to the game.
like a Tom Brady sort of deal going on.
Yeah, I mean, talking about Aaron Rodgers. Y'all want to talk about a fucking MVP, motherfucker?
I didn't even. Sorry, Aaron Rodgers hasn't been on my mind because the Jets never made it to the playoffs, so they're old news now.
Neither did the 49ers.
Oh, I know, but well, at least the 49ers are our team, though.
At least 49ers had a chance. Fucking Jets didn't even have a chance. That's my point, though. When they sit there and say, "Oh, he has all these weapons. He has all these weapons." Where's the Bengals?
Yep. Robbed. That's what they are. Not only did Joe Burrow get robbed, but the team got robbed.
I'm just saying, he got T. Higgins. He's got fucking Jamar Chase,
Yeah.
which is I don't know if he's the only Triple Crown wide receiver or not, but like, I'm just, what? You don't make the playoffs?
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm okay with him still. That's the thing. I'm still okay with Joe Burrow. But don't compare Joe Burrow and Brock Purdy and say Brock Purdy's got all these weapons. Why didn't he do this? Hold Burrow to the same standard.
Yeah.
Chase Brown he was a running back. He was a running back. Chase he played 9 games. He was almost at 1,000 yards rushing in 9 games. Just saying. Don't hold Brock Purdy to the standard if you ain't gonna hold fucking
Burrow.
literally everybody else.
Yeah, wow.
Literally. I mean, Jared Goff. Look who he's got. He's got fucking Jameis Williams, or however the fuck you say his name, Jameson Williams, and fucking Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta. There's 3 he throws to. Now he's got Jahmyr Gibbs and David
Yeah.
Montgomery. When he was in there, that was 5 people he could have thrown to. I don't know, dude. People just... I agree with a lot of the analysts. If he was a number 1 draft pick, everyone would be sucking his dick.
Here's my thing with Brock Purdy is everyone like Brock Purdy makes a mistake or Brock Purdy doesn't get his team to the playoffs or they don't win the Super Bowl. Everyone on social media, oh yeah, Mr. Irrelevant, I see Mr. Irrelevant's doing, and I'm thinking, dude, he lives in your head rent free. He must be more relevant than you think he is.
Exactly.
Because like I said, I don't like Aaron Rodgers. But since they didn't make the playoffs, he's old news to me. Like, he doesn't, obviously, except for right now when I'm actively talking about him, I haven't even had a thought about Aaron Rodgers since then. So.
He sucks. He sucked this year. He's your MVP style quarterback.
And he fell on his face.
And you had to trade to get a wide receiver just so he could still not make the playoffs.
Just so he could still suck. Now he sucks with his friend.
Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, bro.
Alright, well, do you want to do, you want me to ask my little questions, or do you want to do next week's games real quick?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll ask questions, and then we'll get to the next week, and then
Okay.
we'll move on.
So my questions this week are not necessarily the best questions, but they're kind of open questions, so that you could say something that causes me to ask another question, I guess. So here's my first question, and this one I'm going to go from tame to wild. My first question is, how are we feeling about all the coaching situations right now? All the interviews, like this coach is going here, this coach got let go, this coach might be going here.
I don't agree with them getting rid of a coach that only had 1 year under his belt, like Jared Mayo. I don't
agreed.
think that was right.
Agreed.
I don't think letting go. I think it was Antonio Pierce.
Yeah, it
for
was.
the Raiders head
Yep.
coach. I don't think that was correct. You can't listen. A coach, and I understand the logic behind that
To an
because a
extent,
coach-
yeah.
Well, here's a GM logic. I'm going to give you a GM logic.
Okay.
I'm going to play GM. You see how the season unfolded with a coach.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to love this analogy. Mike McCarthy's not on the Cowboys no more.
Right.
Okay. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head how long he's been with the Cowboys.
It's been a while, I think.
Okay, you got rid of Mike McCarthy after all them years. Now your scheme changes.
Yes.
But if he was only there for a year, like Antonio Pierce or Jared Mayo, your scheme doesn't really change. You see what I'm saying?
I feel like Dan Campbell is a good example of you have to let him cook a little bit, like you have to let him simmer.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. If they would have got rid of him last year, the Lions wouldn't be where they're at.
Oh no, absolutely not.
You see what I'm saying, though? It's easier to get rid of a coach that's been there for only a year because when he's there for a couple years, you build a relationship and a scheme with him.
You almost get comfortable.
No, you just build a scheme with him.
Yeah.
Like the whole coaching staff is going off of what your head coach does.
Yeah.
So if you only have a coach there for a year, it's easier to rebuild after that than it is to rebuild after
A couple
7
years, yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen to the Cowboys next year. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm interested to know what's going to happen there too. And as much as
I'm not saying it's going to be better. I'm not going to say it's going to be worse. But like what I just explained to you.
As much as I want to see Robert Saleh head coach again, I really do want to see him go to the 49ers again.
And the 49ers can't wait too much longer. I mean, they got to make
a decision here.
Well, yeah, they waited last year, and it didn't go so well. So
yeah, I would love to see Robert Saleh do another head coaching job. But I feel like if the Niners, I feel like how do I want to say it?
He needs to just come over and win Super Bowl.
That'd be all right. And you know what? If then he wants to go head coach somewhere, whatever.
Like I said, my thing is I said it in the earlier weeks of our podcast. Building a team's building a pyramid. The bottom is your coach.
And then everything builds upon that.
Yes.
He's your foundation.
You can't just rip that off.
And expect...
I mean, you can. There might be a chance where you play a good game of Tetris and you rip the bottom off and everything still stays intact.
Yeah.
But look at the Jets.
Yeah.
They fired him, and look what happened.
Not much happened.
They still didn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
The Titans, Mike Vrabel was there for I don't know how many years. As soon as they left, Titans kind of just they fucking sucked.
I did see, was it Sanders that was being interviewed for the Cowboys? Is that what I saw?
Yeah, and I don't know how that's gonna go either.
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
Because you gotta think he's coming into. So he quoted, and I'm gonna try to go not really quote for quote with what he said, but he came in there and he said, when he's head coaching for college, he says college kids are easier to teach because they ain't worried about money.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So now you're coming in there. If you're going to come in there with Dak Prescott, he's already the head of he's already head honcho at the fucking
Yeah,
CD Lamb. They're both head honchos in the fucking locker room.
right.
So you're going to have to change the attitude of that locker room, and
Might be able to be done, but it's not looking too good.
well, they're one of the highest paid people. So it's how do you do that? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
so, and I think from what I heard, it was just Mike and Jerry couldn't come up with an agreement on his contract, and he said,
that's what I heard too. It really wasn't a firing, and it really wasn't an I quit. It just was one of those couldn't reach an agreement.
and I'm with Mike. I'd leave too because you paid all that money for Dak Prescott for him to sit out this season and
Literally.
still play like shit when you were in the fucking
Yeah,
game.
literally.
Yeah.
So my next question, and this is another kind of tame question. What is your opinion on the teams that are going overseas next year? They picked quite the teams to be going over to showcase American football to Europe. Let's send our worst teams over.
If we're gonna, I don't know, man. I don't agree.
What teams are they sending?
There's the Jags always go.
I figured that much.
Who else?
They always go to London.
Yeah,
They're on like a 10-year contract or something.
I don't actually remember what other teams are going, but I'm like, these are. I think the Giants.
The Giants is going.
The Giants are going. I can't remember the other teams, but I'm like, these are the worst possible teams you could. Oh, the Jags are probably an okay team.
Well,
but
you're probably used to them losing at this point or being the worst team at this point too.
while Chris is looking that up, I'm gonna call it: the Panthers are winning the Super Bowl next year.
No, they're not.
We them boys.
Colts are going over next year.
Oh,
to Berlin.
okay.
All right, Chris. Well, we made that bet about the San Jose Sharks. We're gonna make the same bet about the Jaguars.
Yeah. The Giants is winning the Super Bowl.
Oh my god.
You're welcome.
They probably have a better chance than the Panthers.
Looks like Browns, Jaguars, Jets,
Yeah. What
Colts.
what a selection of teams going. Let me just say. The Colts I could almost justify, I feel like, but
That's just London. That's just London right there. Browns, Jets, and
I thought the Jets, but I wasn't sure. Straight ass.
like we're gonna go over there with all these shitty teams just to show why soccer is better.
Why their football is better.
The only thing I got to say about these games that go across seas, or I think there's one in Brazil again this year, is keep the season openers in America.
I can't argue with that. And then send them over.
Week 5 they should start. If we really want my honest opinion, week 5 is when they are like, all right, go.
Yeah.
But because some teams, obviously some teams don't have a season opener until week 2 or week 3.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes their team's on the road for the first 2 weeks, so then their season opener is week 3.
Yeah.
But within 5 weeks, you are going to have a home game. That's just, plain and simple.
Yeah. And then go over.
Yeah, the season openers need to be in America, and then because last year I think it was the damn Eagles that had a home game in Brazil, and I'm like, I'm not even an Eagles fan, and that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Because as much as people hate to say this, Philadelphia has a fan base. I don't want to say a good fan base.
Oh, they have a fan base.
They have a fan base.
The only outlier I can think of is Brody.
Yeah, I guess. Wait till they win a Super Bowl and ask me that question. Yeah, that's all you're gonna hear, and it's like, bro, just relax. I wasn't even gonna say much last year. If fucking 49ers would have won, I would have just said, yeah, fuck Mahomes. That's all I gotta say. Everyone, the only reason I can say more shit is because everyone doubts my quarterback. So I'm gonna fucking talk all the shit I can.
Hell yeah.
But like, I know Jalen Hurts is good. No one fucking sits there and says he's not good. And if the people that sit there and say he's not good, then it's like, okay, well, you don't know football then.
Right.
But anyway, that's all I gotta say about the international games. Is if you're gonna do that, their season openers need to be in America.
All right. Well, you've said a lot of maybe some unpopular opinions, maybe some popular opinions, definitely some hot takes. So I want you, this is my last like question, I guess. I want you to give me your top 3 hottest takes that you can think of that involve football in any capacity, coaching, players, teams, I don't care.
Hottest takes.
I would say give me 3 of them that are like probably going to be unpopular opinions.
I hope that's milk.
Oh man, you should give me time to think about this on the spot. It's kind of hard.
Oh, you have to straight up my hair.
TJ Watt needs to leave the Steelers.
Oh. Okay, that's definitely a hot take.
He's a great player, but under Mike Tomlin, I don't see them winning a Super Bowl.
Okay.
And he should go to a team that, like the Lions.
Kind of like the whole Max Crosby thing. Max Crosby needs to just go to another team because it's not going well.
And I know TJ wants to be there probably for his entire year or career or whatever, but like
He's doing himself an injustice, maybe.
yeah, I don't. Their defense is great. I'm not gonna knock the Steelers' defense, but if they can't get their offense going, you're not winning.
Yeah.
You can stop them every fucking time, but if you can't, unless you can score for your offense, I think that is a hot take. I guess that is a very hot take. TJ Watt needs to, because we live in Steeler country, so if word gets out that I said TJ Watt needs to leave the Steelers, and people's gonna fucking
yikes.
I'm just saying.
They're gonna get out their pitchforks and torches.
It's true though. I mean, let's see. Who else can I pick on?
Who else can I pick on?
Let me look at week 18. Let me just go through some of the teams. And speaking of people that need to leave, I think Myles Garrett need to leave too from the Browns. Let's see. I think I don't really know.
This can be a question you can think about and we can do next week.
It's just a hard unless I got like news in front of me. I don't know about any news.
I mean, your TJ Watt thing was a good example, I guess. Like I said, you can definitely think about that, and we can do that next week.
Bo Jackson gives up. What the hell? Okay. Oh, the Bears even got rid of their. Oh, here's another hot take.
Okay.
If the Eagles don't make it to the Super Bowl this year, I think they need to get. Well, maybe an unpopular opinion. I don't know if it's a hot take. I think they need to get rid of their head coach.
Okay.
And with that, also AJ Brown needs to leave.
Okay.
Well, okay. I will give my reason why before I get hate for this. AJ Brown's a really good wide receiver. But when you're not friends with the quarterback, and I know they sit there and they say they're friends, but when you're not on the same page, man. Quarterbacks and wide receivers, man, they click.
Yeah.
But when that click starts
Slowing down and not being there, yeah.
going
makes
farther
sense.
and farther apart, it's just he's mad he's not getting the ball and stuff, which I can understand.
Yeah.
Dude's like 6 foot tall, man. Throwing the ball once in a while. Let him 1v1 the guy.
Yeah.
But I feel like Nick Sirianni. I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but he's just. I don't know. I just don't feel like. I guess what I'm trying to say is he's doing things the wrong way. He gets, he trusts Jalen sometimes maybe too much or not enough, and then
that makes sense.
Behavior towards the fan base. I don't think that's, when the fucking Eagles started losing there, I think it was last year,
I remember
he turned around and
that.
started yelling at him like, if fucking coach yells at me, motherfucker, I'm throwing a fucking hamburger or something at you, motherfucker. I'll get kicked out of that stadium. I don't care. I'm a Philadelphia fan, a fucking...
That's just another Tuesday to them.
Yeah, I mean, But, like I said, I mean... Yeah, my hottest take's going to be T.J. Brown should leave. If they're going to keep Mike Tomlin, it's time to find another team.
Okay, well... That can be your hot...
And I don't think Deion Sanders is going to make a difference in Cowboys.
Yeah, I don't really foresee that either, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, could come in and surprise us, but if he got hired, I don't want to make it sound like he did get hired because there's been no confirmation about any of that. So.
Yeah, but I know they're sharing very mutual interest in that.
Well, then I would say the chances are high. But I'm just saying, there has been no confirmation. Maybe next week we'll have some confirmations about some coaches and stuff.
Breaking news on Overtime Podcast. Yeah, right. It'll be on a Monday. We don't do Monday. All right, let's move on to the next week.
We only have 4 games this coming week, which is fantastic. I like that. It's not taking us long to get through anything. I got my picks ready, and believe me, I didn't have to think about any of them.
Houston, Lions, Rams, Buffalo.
That's exactly my picks. For once, we have the exact same picks. So...
It's fuck Kansas City.
Those are literally... I have Texans, Lions, Rams, Bills. So...
Fuck Kansas City. Fuck Philadelphia. There's 2 fucking middle fingers for you.
I will say this. Out of the 4 games there, I'm a little iffy about the Eagles game still.
Well, yeah, I am too. But if they can't stop Cooper Kupp and fucking Puka Nacua,
and I am a little iffy, of course, about the Chiefs game.
I'm iffy about the fucking Baltimore game.
I'm iffy about that, but I'm not as iffy about that. If that makes sense.
I am.
You're like, I'm thinking the opposite. I'm more worried about that one. That is going to be a really damn good game, though. I can't wait.
See, the only difference... Okay, I'm going to go through the games just real quick. Houston, their offense needs to step up. Their offense steps up, their defense can do the rest.
Okay.
Washington. If the offense can't get going against the defense or the Lions are winning that game. Lions offense is usually pretty good.
Pretty solid.
So hopefully the Lions is ready. I want the Lions to win. Los Angeles, if they can stop the run, they're going to stop Jalen Hurts. They're winning that game.
Okay.
I do believe in Stafford. And
then
Baltimore and Buffalo. Same thing with Buffalo. If Buffalo can stop the run, I don't think they're going to pass Lamar. But yeah, they're not going to let Lamar pass. So, but from week 4 to now is completely different. Buffalo does have some of their starters back in the lineup.
Okay, well that's good.
However, they also didn't have Amari Cooper, I don't think, in week 4 either, so that's going to help their offense. Ty Johnson obviously stepping up here in
Hell
the
yeah.
second half of the season. That gives them now 3 running backs to worry about, not just 2, 3. I feel like a lot of people say Matt Milano is not going to make a difference. Matt Milano was the captain of the fucking defense. If you don't know his fucking name, listen. I gotta call some people out. This Twitter community of NFL, y'all got some fucking problems. You don't watch football. If you're gonna sit there and tell me Matt Milano, you don't know his name. First off, he was out half the season last year. So I'm just gonna straight up say that. I think he got out in like, I want to say week 6, week 7, somewhere in there. He had a season-ending injury.
Yeah.
And he was able to come back about midway, I think, this season. So if you don't know fucking Matt Milano's name, motherfucker, you don't watch football. He don't get to C on his chest for fucking no reason. He's the captain of that defense. He's like a Fred Warner.
Yeah.
Just Fred Warner's a lot better, I think. But no offense to Matt Milano, but they got Matt Milano back so he can command the defense a little better, and he's going to be a QB spy for Lamar, hopefully. Again, Lamar's elusive, though. I'm not saying Matt's going to win every battle, but he's going to win some, and hopefully he wins the big ones. So, yeah, that's all I got to say.
All right. Well, for the first weekend since we started, like I said, we both have the same exact picks. So this is gonna be a good week. We're both
It took until week 20 to get the same picks.
It did. Yep. But
To
that's
be
only
fair, it's only less teams.
I was gonna say there's only 4 games though, so I'm not shocked that we don't have a full roster of games. So. That's like Ethan's beckoning call.
On the hockey, if there's any hockey news.
Great games, guys. Keep up the good work.
Yep, that's what I got.
The only thing that I have seen that stood out to me as far as hockey is Malkin's house got robbed. I don't understand what's going on. First it was Mahomes and Kels, and then it was Burrow. Now it's Malkin. Like,
it was probably fucking Nighthawk that did it. Nighthawk is fucking not making enough money and that taco truck decided to rob him.
Oh, people won't understand.
Nah, they won't. I see Nighthawk there in fucking Alex's chat though.
Yeah, he's in my chat the other night. But
I think my wife just shit herself.
Oh my god.
We missed you over here, Nighthawk. Peace and love, brother. Peace and love. Glad you're back.
Alright, well, if that's all the hockey news we have.
Alright, I guess we're on to this now.
Doing.
Ding dong.
Yes,
What the fuck?
Yes, I actually have everything written down. So
Good job.
I know.
You're evolving.
You're evolving.
So we'll talk about SmackDown. First thing that happened was Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes got into a brawl. Shocker.
What do I gotta say about that?
And they were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
That's what I gotta say about that one.
Jimmy Uso came out and saved Paul Heyman from a bloodline beatdown.
Fucking pussies. Want to fight Paul Heyman? Paul Heyman ain't never done nothing but hold a microphone.
You're really gonna come out here and fight Hall of Famer Paul Heyman.
Oh no.
Women's United States Champion Chelsea Green defeats Michin.
I feel like they're gonna set something up with Piper Niven there too.
Probably. They always do.
Chelsea's gonna like say, "I've done all this myself," and Piper's gonna be mad.
Yeah, exactly. Los Garza defeats Pretty Deadly, which my hot take is I like Pretty Deadly. I've never hated them, so
They're entertaining.
they are entertaining, and I think that's why I like them.
Yeah, but then every time I see them and how they're dressed, I'm like,
What the fuck?
I had to. I had to.
LA Knight defeats Shinsuke Nakamura via disqualification.
Not disqualification.
Not a DQ. Motor City Machine Guns
Hey.
defeat. Oh.
But I will say I like
Oh boy.
I like what LA Knight did before the match, bro. Did you guys see that?
I did
You guys-
not. I mean, I don't think I did.
So they cut to backstage and Jacob Fatu was like,
Oh yeah, I did. I saw that. Yeah,
or the werewolf or whoever it was, I guess.
werewolf.
Or whatever the fuck his name is. It's Jacob Fatu, right? The werewolf.
Yes.
They call him.
Yes, I hear Megan.
He
Yes.
He was over there, he was just raising all kinds of hell, and you're not gonna kick me out of the stadium. Fucking LA Knight comes and pushes his ass out the door and shuts. He's like, that guy talks too much or some shit. So the disqualification makes sense because obviously Jacob Fatu and them. came out.
Right.
I just loved it. I loved it.
Nia Jax, Bailey, Naomi, and Bianca Belair came out and tried to make their case to go against Stratton. And then Stratton turned around and defeated Bailey, so. Or no, sorry. I read that wrong on my notes. It like all blurred.
Yeah, you definitely read that wrong.
It all blurred together. Sorry. No, Bailey defeated the other three for a #1 contenders spot. It like blurred
Yeah.
together on my notes.
Yeah, you know who's not blurry?
Oh my god.
Livy Morgan. I don't know why she's not blurred out.
And then the last match of the night was Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga defeating Cody Rhodes and Jimmy Uso. Again, I'm real shocked.
Hamatonga, bro. That's such a fucking Timmy Toucan or whatever the fuck his name
Timmy
is.
Turner?
No, the fucking Toucan Sam.
Oh, Toucan Sam. Is that
His hair.
Doug Dimmadome? Owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome?
His fucking hair looks like it's a fucking toucan.
Alright. Moving along.
Well, this is the second week it's on fucking Netflix, and it's a banger. I'm absolutely loving it.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of a lot of praise for it so far.
Yeah,
I like Pat McAfee there. So I didn't actually watch this last episode. I'm actually in the middle of it because it's on Netflix. So I'm taking it. I took my time to watch it because I worked this Monday. Well, I like the start of this when he goes in there and he says, "We're here with J. Cole," or whatever fuck. Pat McAfee and the drone. There was a drone flying around in the stadium. He called it out.
Oh my god. I've missed Pat McAfee.
Fucking guy. All the co-hosts or whatever. I'm actually the part that I'm on. I'll tell you when you get there.
Okay. So first match was Penta's debut versus Chad Gable.
Where did he actually come from? I never really.
AEW.
Or was it AEW?
I think it was AEW because they were talking about. They were talking about. I saw that he was the best thing to come from AEW. Is I think how they worded it. So
I ain't have a word. I got a clue what he said.
Yeah, he was hard to understand.
and neither did Pat McAfee.
But it was so funny because I said that, and then Pat McAfee says, "I don't know what he just said."
I only understood half of what he said or something.
But we gotta talk about who's in the Royal Rumble first. What happened?
I saw. Well, so here's the thing. My notes on Raw are not as concise as they were for SmackDown because for some reason on WWE's website it did not. I couldn't find it. I could not find Raw results. I had to go to a different page. I couldn't find it. I literally typed in Raw results, and usually it's the first thing that pops up. But I never got that page. I never got it.
You didn't look hard enough.
I literally clicked on WWE.com and looked for it.
You didn't look hard enough. Anyway, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre. I guess they're just and Seth Rollins. They're all in there because fucking CM Punk came out to talk about John Cena. I've always seen you, or some fucking weirdo.
Jesus.
You can move on with your next
okay.
match.
I wasn't sure if you were done or not.
No, I just want to let everyone know CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre declared they're going to be in the Royal Rumble. So now we got
John
Cena, Drew, Seth, CM. I know Roman's going to be in it.
Yeah.
Well, he straight up said he's going to.
I have a love-hate relationship when they announce that they're going to be in it. Because to me, the Royal Rumble, the purpose is to be surprised. And I don't know.
Yeah, but see, I also think that adds to the...
It does. It adds to the watchability. If you're a big Seth Rollins fan and you know he's going to be in the Royal Rumble, you're going to watch it.
I think it adds to the excitement too, though.
It does. That's why I say I have a love-hate relationship with it.
You're like, well, now they're in it, so I don't have to guess them. Oh my god, is this guy coming back? Is this guy coming back? Like,
I get it. That's why I said I have like a love-hate relationship with it. And to be fair, you don't know the order in which they're coming out in, so there's still a level of surprise. Anyways, Penta won that match, in case anyone's wondering.
as he should have. Fuck Chad Gable.
Exactly, that's kind of how I feel about it. The next thing I have on my list is Sheamus versus Ludwig, and they finally did my man right. Wasn't for a title or anything, but at least he won.
Yeah, I think now he's gonna go for the title.
For Braun Breaker's title?
Yeah.
Because I know it looked like some heated words were exchanged.
And that's the last thing I watched. I watched Gunther coming out. That was the next thing. That's the only thing that's how far I got was Gunther walking out.
Yeah, see, and I don't even have Gunther walking out and doing anything on my list, so.
So. I don't know how that promo went. I just know that Jey Uso wants to go for the title against Gunther.
Oh, that'd be a good match.
Oh yeah.
And I was already spoiled with who won the next match.
So I was also spoiled.
But I am okay with that.
Valkyria versus Dakota Kai.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lyra Valkyria actually pulled the win off on that one.
I absolutely love her. I think she's a great female wrestler to be added to the roster.
You know,
I think I liked her the day she came out in that little fucking bird costume.
in the bird outfit.
Came out like.
I will say this though, a lot of people were really upset she won that match.
Well, I think Circle won it. You know what I said to them people? Fuck them people. Go Valkyria.
Fuck your chicken strips.
Fuck your chicken strips.
But I understand why. I mean, Dakota Kai is kind of getting... They're kind of like doing her dirty.
Yeah.
I say my thing is she's going to go for the tag team titles. Her versus Raquel and Liv for #1 contender. I think that's why Liv's not upset she lost the title.
I think you're right. I have the Damian Priest match next on my list.
Apparently there was one in between. Sami Zayn defeats The Miz.
Oh, well, no fucking wonder I don't have that one.
I don't know why. Apparently there's a backstage confrontation with
Probably
the Miz and Karrion
probably
Kross.
the Miz.
There was.
Yap,
yeah.
yap, yap, yap.
No, actually, what was happening? Karrion Kross was coming out of Pierce's office. Well, the Miz was out there, and then they were standing there talking for a sec, and then Sami Zayn walked over. I can't remember what words were exchanged, but then he was like, "All right, I'm gonna hold off going talking to Pierce. I'm gonna kick your ass, Miz." That's pretty much. And that's it.
Well, that's all. And then the Damian Priest match against Finn Balor. And that was a street fight. I assume Chris has had it spoiled for him because he's on the website.
Yeah, I figured I was gonna.
Yeah, Damian Priest won.
Everything was already spoiled for me. I'm just watching it just to watch it.
Just to see.
That match, though, that street fight match was a fantastic match.
I listened to it because Chris had it on. I don't know if Chris fell asleep or I don't know exactly how I was listening to it. I don't remember. But I remember listening to Finn Balor being like, I'm going to beat Damian Priest's ass.
It was during the backstage when Liv and Liv came up to him and fucking
Dominic with his fucking flowers. Hey Carly, find a nice spot for these.
He's doing. If he's paying tribute to Eddie Guerrero, he's doing a hell of a job.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's still. I say he's my top 5 wrestler. Dirty Dom. You love to hate him. You love to hate him.
Yeah, and you also hate to love him, like.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna be a face turn soon, though.
He does the heel so well, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want him to turn baby face or whatever. Like,
maybe he's gonna go. I could honestly. You want a hot take for fucking WWE? I give you a hot take for WWE. Boy. I could see him winning a tag team title with his dad.
Okay.
Before everything's said and done.
Before Rey Mysterio retires or whatever. I could see that.
Yep.
He can go back to being a heel after that, then. He does.
I mean,
so
he could
well,
though.
so.
I mean, you never know. If I was a writer, I would write them as them. You know, him leaving Judgment Day, finding out they're just a bunch of assholes anyway. Rey Mysterio go back to his dad. They get the tag team titles. They beat up Rey Mysterio, makes him kind of like, you know, kicks him out for a while. He just turns heel. He just fucking goes rogue.
Be okay with that.
But
that's all I have then.
I think it was a successful one.
I will say this though, I didn't really look at any matches that are confirmed for SmackDown or Raw, but I did see that JBL's coming back next week on Raw.
Oh yeah, we talking about that old Corey Graves, man.
Oh yeah, I guess we didn't touch on Tori. Wow.
Tori.
That old Tory. That Tory Graves. Yeah, I think they did him dirty. I feel sorry for. Like he said, you know, they make it to Netflix and shit, and he's not even there. Like, I'd be pissed. I'd be pretty pissed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree.
You can't disagree. I mean, that's fucking insane, dude.
We got to see him in person. We didn't even know he was going to be there.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
He came strolling out on the field, and I went, Corey Graves is from Pittsburgh?
Of course he is.
Yeah, right?
But all right, if that's all we got to say,
That's all I have.
Ethan, you got any final words of WWE this week, or?
Getting hyped for Royal Rumble.
Yeah, same.
Getting hyped.
Let's
We
go,
already
Bliss.
know the women's is going to be fantastic, and I already know my pick.
Bliss is coming back and winning it all.
Yeah,
Going for the title.
I can't
That's my
wait.
pick.
I can't wait.
If she doesn't come out, I think I'm just gonna retire from watching WWE.
If she does come out, Chris is gonna pee himself. So.
Oh, Megan's got a hot take. She's
Oh.
saying that she's not going to win it.
No, she's probably not. I think she's gonna go after. Here's how I told Alex I would write it. I would have her come out, but then I would also have her lose it because the Uncle Howdy thing was her and train of thought. Who was it? Damn it. Bray Wyatt's idea.
I was going to say, I would answer. I just want to see how long it takes you, Chris.
It was their original idea, so I could see her like coming face to face with Uncle Howdy and saying, "You're not the real Uncle Howdy, dude." I would lose my shit, dude. I
You're
think
saying you're Uncle Howdy. Then who is that guy? That
you know what I'm saying? No, you know how much like tension that would be, like Bliss being a dark magic child that she always has been, and like she comes out and says, "You're not the actual Uncle Howdy." Like, dude, like, I got chills just thinking about that. Because again, that's why I came back. I came back watching WWE because of Alexa Bliss. Whoops.
Now, nice. Good going.
But yeah, I came back because of her, and then she fucking gets pregnant and disappears. I was like, no.
No.
But that was also introduced to, Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy in that way. Fucking watching him jump off the fucking scaffolding and shit. That was dope as hell. But yeah. I'm still picking that she wins it because I'm not the writer, so. I'm not sure. Fucking Charlotte Flair might come back and win it.
I hope that does not happen because
she can come back.
Saying,
she can
come
back.
back. I'm just saying she would break the record for winning the championships if she comes back, right? Pretty sure. I think she would hold the. Because her dad had so many.
Yeah.
There's something with that. I'll have to look it up.
So many titles. I'm not surprised how old that motherfucker is.
He probably is still holding a title.
I mean, at least he ain't no Hulk Hogan. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's true.
Here's my hot take since we're talking hot takes. I hope John Cena wins the Royal Rumble, gets the championship. Would that tie him with Ric Flair, or would that...
No, he'd break the record.
That's my hot take. I want him to break it. That's just my hot take, though.
I don't. Like, as much as I love John Cena, I'm like, no.
I wouldn't be upset if he didn't. Don't get me wrong. That's my hot take is...
I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to lose. I think... Here's my hot take for the men's Royal Rumble.
Rock.
Oh, boy.
No, I feel like he's going to get fucked over by a bloodline. The actual, like, not solo. I think Roman's going to win it. I think Roman's going to win it. He's going to somehow cheat his way to win it. Maybe he's going to tell Jimmy not to be in the Royal Rumble so he can come out and fuck with people and shit. So I don't know. Never. Just saying. I could see John Cena getting fucked over by the bloodline because.
Yeah, I could too.
Him and Solo Sikoa had beef.
And then they're going to find out The Rock was behind it. John Cena versus The Rock. Yep. Part 3. WrestleMania.
Part 3!
I'm 100% with Ethan on that. I think that's literally where the storyline's going.
Oh my god. I saw a TikTok the other day. Well, it was from John Cena. It was like, we need Thugonomics one more time.
Oh my god, yes!
Dr. Thugonomics.
Please!
And if anyone wants to ever watch one of the best promos in WWE history, go watch The Rock and John Cena when they would battle it out with each other using words. Those were the best promos.
Holy crap, they shut down the road, babe, because of that. Ethan, go look at what I just shared. Chris sent it to me and then I shared it. You want to talk about a fire?
Oh well, I see.
You want to talk about a hot take? Oh.
Oh.
All right. Well, with that being said, I'm gonna close this podcast. Spotify, again. If you want to watch this live every Wednesday around 5:30, 6 o'clock, come join us live, either me or Alex. It'll be up on YouTube on usually Fridays at 6, but I think Alex forgot.
I might have fucked up.
So there'll be hopefully 2 uploads this Friday. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully we bring more to the table next week.
Head of the table.
Yeah, maybe we'll. We could do power rankings one day for WWE. We should try that.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun. Okay.
Like we all pick our own power rankings. Maybe we'll get a hold of each other during a week sometime, and we'll all make our own list and see how it goes.
Yeah, Megan actually mentioned about we should make a list of people who we think are going to come out during the Rumble.
That would be, yeah, we could do that too. Especially, like, after next week, we're going to talk about the 4 games, and then there's only 2 games. 2 football games. So.
I want to be a cowboy, baby.
Cowboy.
All right, but with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.